Hi, weenies. Okay, so today is the Five Nights at Freddy's Torture-thon. And boy, did Phil start this shit out with a bang. He was an asshole. He showed off all the alcohol that he got. Um, and then he talked about the next DSP tries it. Let's watch the highlights of the first hour and a half of today's Level 1 podcast. Okay, first up, we have Phil being an absolute piece of shit to a person that just brought up the fact that they had given him a donation and he never shouted it out. They weren't being mean. But look at how he reacts to this poor person.
Mozzie says, I tipped you last night, but you never mentioned it. Mozzie, you tipped at like 4:40 p.m. The stream ended at 4. So how would I have mentioned it?
Phil, you could stop right there. Right there and just say, oh, okay, my bad, man. Hey, I'll mention it right now. Yeah, thanks for the contribution. But no, you have to talk down to these people because you're feeling miserable yourself. Does it make you feel better, Phil, talking to these people like this? Does it make your pathetic little self feel better when you talk to people like this, especially when they had just given you some money? You're getting worse and worse with this whole money thing, Phil. You're going to start losing a lot more people as time goes on.
You tipped at 4:40 p.m. and you basically said, congrats and hitting your goals and stuff like that, right? I'm trying to remember exactly what the tip said. Not 4:40 p.m. Excuse me. You tipped at like 9:40, something like when I went offline is when you tipped, right? So how could I have shouted that out? I wasn't online.
My brother in Christ, you have had Hail Marys after the stream come in of like $150 or something. And you come your little happy ass on to the stream and be like, guys, you'll never believe it. After the stream was off, I got a donation of so and so dollars. Oh, but since this person didn't give you a freaking large ass amount like your greedy ass wanted, they don't deserve a shout out? Like, you really need to learn how to show some gratitude, Phil. I know you never will, and that's what's gonna be your downfall. Freaking greedy ass pig.
Right? Let's count it today. Sure. Would you like to count it today? Would you like to count the $5 tip? Sure. Why not? Let's do it. All right. Let's do it. Here we go.
Why do you gotta be so condescending? Why do you gotta act like that? But again, if it was like a huge Hail Mary contribution, you damn sure would be gladly adding it to today's goal. That's insane. Like, how much more apparent can you make it that you are having financial issues, Phil, behind closed doors? We all know that something's going on with you. And a lot of people are saying taxes. And with how you're acting about money, I agree. I think Duty said in his stream today that he had deferred his taxes for a certain amount of time, which means that he didn't pay him. He just told him, like, give him a little bit more time. And so that might be stacking up with this year's taxes. And PayPal snitches your ass out to the IRS with how much money you made, so you can't try to hide any of the donations that you've gotten over the past year. And you made a lot more money and you never saved any of it. You must be paying the IRS big time, oh boy. Big time. And that's why you're acting like a freaking greedy hog. Jeez, Phil. Get your shit together.
You ready? $5. $5 from Mozzie last night. I don't have the message anymore, so I can't read it. Cool. That gets us up to $18 of support so far today. If someone does a big contribution, like let's say someone actually does a $100 tip, or someone gifts 20 subs themselves, then they individually get to pick the shot that I take, since you basically purchased it.
Brother, those little 99 shots are like 25 cents or like 98 cents. Those are the cheapest shots you can buy at a liquor store. Like, teenagers buy those to get drunk really fast, and they're cheap. Kind of like a Four Loco. Like, they get you real messed up real fast, and they're real fucking cheap. You want people to pay $100 for you to drink a $1 shot? Bro, because you basically purchased it. $100? Boy, bye.
You see? So let's see how it goes. It's cumulative, so every contribution counts and works towards the next shot. But also, if you do a big contribution, you get to pick individually the flavor of the shot.
I'm sorry, but that just makes absolutely no sense. So, if he hits the goal with somebody's smaller contribution, but all of a sudden somebody comes in with $100 and overtakes that smaller contribution, they automatically get vetoed out of the decision of the flavor of the shot because the person with $100 gets to choose. Dude, you're excluding the smaller people, which you do all the time. Like, it discourages people that can only afford five $2 tips here and there. Not everyone can afford $100, dude. Like, plus, who fucking cares what kind of shot you take? You didn't even get anything interesting. Like, you could have gotten something that could have been a little nasty or something. Like, try something new. Get a whole bunch of different small shots. In the front of my liquor store, they sell a bunch of different little ones. Like, and they range from like $1 to like $10 at the most. Like, come on, dude. Absolutely no effort into anything.
Okay? That's how it's going to work today. And everything counts. However, I will say this. I'll say it up front, so this way there's no misconceptions and no hard feelings, all right?
Now, y'all, this shit starts to piss me off because I'm pretty sure he's going against terms of service here. He starts to say that he doesn't trust memberships anymore because they could be faked. And faked is such a stupid term because it's not fake. You're still getting some kind of money. Yes, it's cents, but still, it's money nonetheless. And it allows your community to have more memberships. Like, that's a plus, but of course, it doesn't meet his standards for how much money his greedy ass needs to pay back his taxes that he's getting all salty about it. So he's pretty much telling these people to donate a certain way. Like, okay, just watch the clip because it's so freaking bad.
This last week, I had a lot of trolls come in here and use VPNs to purchase fake memberships or mispriced memberships at a very huge discount, me getting hundreds of dollars or hundreds of gifted members that I got like $2 for. Okay? So today, I do appreciate all support, all right? But if someone comes in here who I don't recognize, who is a new account or a newcomer, not someone who we can really trust, and starts dumping tons of memberships, chances are they're fake, all right?
Meanwhile, you have like a new sock almost every single day come and give you donations. Accounts that have only been active for like maybe a month. Oh, but you accept those. You take those. That just proves that some of these donations, he knows they're coming. So, this makes no sense.
I've already had 3 different people in the last week who did this on various different content that I've done, including Smart Guys and gameplay streams. So I can't really trust these freaking memberships. Now, super chats, as long as they come in the proper denomination, those are not refundable. Tips, sure, someone can charge back a tip, but in general, I have a way to fight back against that, okay? And subs, 100% great, all right? Subs are great over on Kick, 100% count a lot. You know, they're fully not refundable and all of that, all right? So today I would say, if you're going to contribute, and you can choose the way that you can contribute. I mean, if you're on YouTube, it's kind of a no-brainer. The super chat over the membership would make sense because that way we know we can trust it.
This has to go against terms of service. This has to. You cannot tell your audience to donate one way or the other. You can't. It's their choice. You can't do this, Phil. This is almost just as bad as telling your audience to click on the ads or watch the ads so you get paid. It falls under that same umbrella because you're influencing one piece of donation over the other. I'm almost positive this goes against some sort of term of service. This is insanity. Pure insanity, Phil.
All right? So please consider contributing today. Every $100 cumulative, I take a shot. During any typical marathon, there will be some booze involved. Well, what's eligible? What's going on? Well, let me show you what I got. So first off, back in January, I did a Mega Man Rageathon, and during that event, I had a 99 fruit shots multi-pack. Now, these are very strong shots. They're 99 proof, meaning they're around, 47, 48% alcohol. Super strong shots, okay? Those are eligible today for shots that I can take at some point. 99 lemonades. I'd never seen this before.
Oh yeah, Phil, this is such a groundbreaking discovery. Oh my gosh, lemonade liqueur. Phil, like, be so fucking for real right now. That whole pack probably costed you $20 with your cheap ass. You could have gotten like one Four Loco for like a third of that price and gotten messed up in half the time. Just saying, Phil. If you want to be cheap, you might as well go all out.
For variety's sake, I actually just got a little multi-pack of Fireball whiskey shots. I haven't had these in a long time either.
I don't know how much I believe that, Phil. You seem like a fireball guy. No, don't get me wrong. I do love a good fireball shot once in a while, but he just seems like a fireball guy. But I know he's a gin guy, so.
What about us manly men?
I'm sorry. What? Phil, you're about as manly as a castorized monk. Chill out.
What about us men who basically don't really care about the fruitiness? Well, then you bring the real deal, all right? And what's the real deal? Straight up tequila. Oh,
Phil, okay. Where's where's the first quarter of that alcohol? Did you have yourself a little late night margarita on Sunday night? I mean, I feel you, girl. Them Sunday nights be rough. And where are the other alcohol bottles that he had from the last marathon? He barely drank any of those. I bet them suckers were gone the night after that marathon. You know he had a whole binge with that kind of alcohol available to him in that much of an amount. That's wild. Like, brother, if you're gonna use used alcohol for a marathon, you might as well just bring the ones that you had for the previous one. I mean, nobody freaking cares that much. Nah, that shit's all gone. I mean, look, he couldn't even control himself to keep himself from drinking some of this one before the marathon. Like, my God.
whole giant handle of it. Jimador tequila. I like Jimador. It's pretty good. It's good for mixed drinks, but it's also good for shots. It's good, powerful stuff. It's better than the crappy stuff like Cuervo. So we got Jimador right here, ready to go. Unlimited shots because I have almost a full bottle.
Oh my God. Anyways, moving on from the freaking alcohol that he just proved himself to be a behind the scenes alcoholic. I bet that that alcohol's gone because he drank it right before this stream. I bet he's pretty tipsy right now. Freaking wild. But anyways, this next segment is his super special, super anticipated announcement of the 60 goal DSP Tries It. I will never guess the new thing that's coming to you.
The next DSP Tries It at 60 goals hit will be a triple test of American Girl Scout cookies. Yes, a triple test.
I mean, good on you, Phil, for supporting a good cause that is the Girl Scouts. But, brother, those things have so much sugar. And, like, you're only going to be able to eat, like, one or two of each. Well, any normal person, anyway. Everybody knows what a freaking Girl Scout tastes like, Phil. It's not that crazy.
Okay? I was at the grocery store and they had it set up right at the front of the store to buy Girl Scout cookies. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't had Girl Scout cookies since I was a kid.
Back when they had, like, two flavors.
Like, I can't even remember the last time that I tried them. All right. And I was seeing what they have, and they actually do still have like the same flavors from way back in the day. So I got three kinds. All right. Now, I'm not going to spoil and tell you what kinds I got. I'm just going to say that basically they're all like kind of classic flavors of Girl Scout cookies that you would normally get.
Okay, let's see. I know he got them Thin Mints, okay? That's a classic. What else is a classic? Those Samoas are a classic. They've been around forever. And then maybe those like peanut butter patties or like the peanut butter, the chocolate covered peanut butter ones. I don't remember what the hell those are called. I bet those are the flavors that he got with his lame ass. Couldn't even get anything freaking crazy because he's scared. Phil, you're too old to be eating shit like this. Come on, man. Girl Scouts are so unhealthy for you. Like, I barely even buy those because they're so sweet. But you do you, boo boo, I guess. Don't come crying when you got fucking diabetes in a few years. Or months, weeks.
But I have no idea if they're still good or not. You know, the thing is, over the years, these things tend to change, right?
Yeah, you know, over time things tend to change and usually get better. Like wine and, oh, I don't know, people, normal people. Not you, of course. You haven't gotten better over time. You've gotten worse. How the fuck does that even happen? It's like a rotten food. Or like milk. You're not wine, you're milk that got left out for too long. But honestly, how much different can a fucking cookie be, Phil? It's a cookie. Okay.
Now, you might say, well, what inspired this? What made you think about this? Well, a couple weeks ago, if you remember, we were talking about what's the next DSP tries it, and Wendy's, the fast food chain, had a Thin Mints shake. And everyone was like, well, you go to Wendy's to get the Thin Mint shake. And I was like, well, we could if you really want that, but they don't really have anything else. It would just be the Thin Mint shake and just like some standard, food from Wendy's. And so people kind of were like, nah, don't do that. That doesn't sound too interesting.
Oh yeah, because God forbid Phil have to fucking go out and drive to get ice cream because it'll melt by the time it gets to him with DoorDash. He cheaped out and got these freaking cookies on his one time a month grocery haul. Girl Scout cookies are like maybe $12, $13 a box. In his area, maybe more close to 20. So he spent maybe like $60, $65 on 3 boxes of cookies, which is insane, first of all. But, anyways, shit's expensive. But then he's turning around and asking you for $1,500 for him to try 3 flavors. It doesn't make sense, Phil. It doesn't make sense. That's so anticlimactic, dude. He thought he did something. But anyways, weenies, that's all for today. I just wanted to show some of the highlights of the beginning of this freaking marathon that's probably going to be a freaking train wreck. So let's see how the day goes for old Philly Cheese. Don't forget that as of today, on March 10th, my giveaway is still open until March 12th. So if you're seeing this before then you could go over there to my shorts and enter into the giveaway before it's over. I'm really hopeful that sometime tomorrow I'll have my Cyrax video up. He's a lot, guys, but it's been pretty interesting and I'm excited to share my views on him. So stay tuned for that. And as always, my beautiful weenies, have a beautiful day and I love you so much. Bye, weenies.
Your ass owes me a new goddamn Xbox, pendejo.